A warm welcome to all our viewers. I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra and you're watching another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. India's proactive and balanced diplomacy continues to stand out on the global stage, engaging major powers, strengthening partnerships, and playing a stabilizing role in times of crisis. From deepening bilateral ties to addressing tensions in West Asia, New Delhi is actively shaping outcomes through dialogue and cooperation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held talks with Austrian Chancellor Christian Stocker even as India steps up efforts to manage the evolving West Asia situation. A report.
In a rapidly changing global landscape, India is strengthening partnerships and expanding cooperation with key nations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Austrian Chancellor Christian Stocker held a bilateral meeting in New Delhi, focusing on boosting ties in trade, investment, green technology, and other critical sectors. This marks Stocker's first visit to India and his maiden official trip to Asia since assuming office in 2025.
4 दशकों के बाद ऑस्ट्रिया के चांसलर की भारत यात्रा अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। वर्ष 2026 के ऐतिहासिक भारत यूरोपियन यूनियन फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट के बाद भारत और यूरोपियन यूनियन के बीच संबंधों में एक नए सुनहरे अध्याय की शुरुआत हुई है। चांसलर स्टॉकर की विजिट से हम भारत ऑस्ट्रिया संबंधों को भी एक नए कालखंड में ले जा रहे हैं। फ्रेंड्स, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, इनोवेशन और सस्टेनेबिलिटी में भारत और ऑस्ट्रिया भरोसेमंद साझेदार रहे हैं। दिल्ली मेट्रो हो या हिमालय पर 10,000 फीट की ऊंचाई पर बना अटल टनल, ऑस्ट्रिया की टनलिंग एक्सपर्टीज ने अपनी मजबूत छाप छोड़ी है।
India and Austria shared long-standing friendly relations rooted in shared democratic values. The visit builds on the momentum of Prime Minister Modi's Austria visit in 2024 and is expected to further deepen strategic and economic engagement between the two countries. With the landmark India-European Union Free Trade Agreement of 2026 setting the tone, engagements like these signal a broader deepening of India's partnership with Europe, driven by mutual trust and future-oriented cooperation. Even as India deepens its global partnerships, it is also navigating the complex situation in West Asia with a balanced and strategic approach. Leveraging its strong ties with key players across the region and beyond, New Delhi is actively engaging at the diplomatic level to promote stability, safeguard critical energy routes, and ensure the safety of its citizens amid the ongoing crisis. A key focus remained the security of the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil transit choke points. In a statement shared online, Prime Minister Modi reaffirmed that India and the United States remain committed to strengthening their comprehensive strategic partnership across sectors.
Our diplomatic engagement in the context of the West Asia conflict continues. Yesterday, as you know, Prime Minister received a call from President of the United States, President Donald Trump. The two leaders reviewed the substantial progress achieved in India-US bilateral cooperation. Both sides remain committed to further strengthening our comprehensive global strategic partnership in all areas of cooperation. The two leaders also discussed the situation in West Asia and stressed the importance of keeping the Strait of Hormuz open and secure.
With strong and trusted relationships across key stakeholders in the region, New Delhi enjoys a rare level of strategic access and credibility, enabling it to stay engaged with all sides at a time when dialogue and restraint are critical. This balanced approach is also reflected in India's on-ground response. Over 600 Indian fishermen have been rescued so far amid the West Asia crisis, highlighting the scale, speed, and coordination of its evacuation efforts. At the same time, India's stakes in the region remain significant. As a major energy consumer and a key user of the Strait of Hormuz, ensuring stability and the uninterrupted flow of global supplies continues to be a top priority.
India has a role in de-escalation in West Asia, because India is trusted by both the sides. We have historical relations with Iran. I was Indian ambassador there, and we also have good relations with US and Israel. So certainly we have a role for de-escalation, and as a major user of Hormuz Strait, we have an interest in that the strait remains open. So India can come forward and make an offer, or at least we can state that we are willing to play a role.
At a time of shifting geopolitical equations, New Delhi's approach remains firmly anchored in dialogue, mutual cooperation, and strategic autonomy. Whether it is expanding economic linkages, ensuring energy security, or protecting its citizens abroad, India is navigating complexities with a clear sense of purpose.
Moving on. In a major step towards smart urban governance, Gandhinagar's GIFT City is setting new benchmarks with its 24/7 City Command and Control Center, known as C4. Designed as the brain behind India's first operational smart city, the center integrates technology with infrastructure to monitor and manage essential services in real time. From utilities to emergency response, C4 ensures seamless coordination, making urban living more efficient, sustainable and future-ready. Take a look.
In the heart of GIFT City in Gandhinagar, India's first operational smart city is redefining urban living. Built as a global financial and tech hub, it runs on intelligence as much as infrastructure. At its core is the City Command and Control Center, also called C4, a single integrated platform that monitors and manages all utilities from electricity and water to cooling systems and street lighting through one unified digital ecosystem.
हर बिल्डर को जो भी बिल्डिंग बना रहा है उसको ऑक्यूपेंसी सर्टिफिकेट देने के पहले हम लोग चेक करते हैं उसके जितने भी सिस्टम पब्लिक यूज़ के लिए लगे हैं वो हमारे सेंट्रलाइज कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर से कनेक्टेड है या नहीं है, हम लोग बिल्डिंग रियल टाइम में मॉनिटर कर पा रहे हैं या नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, और ज़रूरत पड़ने पर उसको हम लोग मैनेज भी कर सकते हैं.
C4 acts as a decision support and collaboration hub for administrators, guiding daily operations, managing resources efficiently, and responding swiftly during emergencies.
આપણી પાછળ જે સ્ક્રીન છે કમાન્ડ એન્ડ કંટ્રોલ સેન્ટરના તેમાં ઇન્ટેલિજન્ટ બિલ્ડિંગ મેનેજમેન્ટ સિસ્ટમ અને સ્કાડા પ્લેટફોર્મ અવેલેબલ છે. સ્કાડા પ્લેટફોર્મ અને ઇન્ટેલિજન્ટ બિલ્ડિંગ મેનેજમેન્ટ સિસ્ટમ અમને શહેરને વ્યવસ્થિત રીતે સુચારુ રીતે હેન્ડલ કરવામાં અમને મદદ કરે છે. અમારા વોટર ટ્રીટમેન્ટ પ્લાન્ટ, અમારું ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ કુલિંગ સિસ્ટમ, દરેકે દરેક બિલ્ડિંગમાં જેટલા ફાયર સ્મોક ડિટેક્ટર लाग्યા છે એ બધા સ્મોક ડિટેક્ટરનું શું સ્ટેટસ છે તે બધું અમને અહીં પણ ખબર પડે છે અને અમારા ફાયર સ્ટેશન પણ ખબર પડે છે.
The center seamlessly integrates power systems, district cooling systems, water and wastewater networks, solid waste management, utility tunnels, street lighting, automatic meter reading, and geographic information systems. More than 70,000 input and output data points are continuously monitored and analyzed in real time.
जब हम इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स की बात करते हैं तो हमको हमारे वर्ल्ड क्लास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और क्वालिटी सर्विसेज को भी उस लेवल पे मैच करना चाहिए, और यही कोशिश हमने गिफ्ट सिटी में की है. हमने एक ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर बनाया है जो पूरी गिफ्ट सिटी में घूमेगा, जिसके अंदर सारी यूटिलिटीज़ घूमेंगी. सो इससे क्या होगा कि फ्यूचर में कभी भी अगर आपको कोई भी मेंटेनेंस, कोई भी एडिशनल वर्क यूटिलिटी रिलेटेड करना होगा तो आपको कभी भी फ्यूचर में कभी कुछ खोदने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी.
By integrating technology, infrastructure, and governance into one intelligent platform, C4 boosts efficiency, strengthens resilience, and enhances quality of life, making the city safer, smarter, and more sustainable.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent. Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said that the country's state energy company Petronas will prioritize supplying its surplus fuel to Australia. The move comes as both countries look to strengthen energy security after disruptions caused by the Middle East conflict. Anwar added that the assurance came after his discussions with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese on boosting cooperation in agriculture and fuel trade. Japan and Poland have agreed to elevate their diplomatic relationships to a comprehensive strategic partnership, Japanese Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi said after meeting her Polish counterpart Donald Tusk. In a joint statement, Takaichi reiterated Japan's firm support for Ukraine and highlighted plans to work with Polish companies in key areas such as energy, logistics, and housing. North Koreans marked the 114th birth anniversary of the country's founder Kim Il-sung by laying flowers at the statues of the late leader. Footage released by the Korean Central News Agency showed citizens and soldiers placing flowers and bowing at the Mansu Hill statues in Pyongyang. April 15, known as the Day of the Sun, is the most important national holiday in North Korea. South Korea's Industry Minister Kim Jong-kwon visited petrochemical companies and assured that steps would be taken to avoid any disruption in the supply of healthcare products, daily essentials, and critical industrial materials amid concerns linked to the Iran conflict. He toured 4 firms in an industrial complex in Ansan that manufacture strainage and IV packaging, food packaging, paint, and semiconductor components. Protests by the Baloch National Movement are gaining global momentum, with demonstrations now spanning London, Busan, and Geneva. Activists allege enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and a continued crackdown on dissent in Balochistan. Voices from the movement are urging the United Nations and world powers to take notice and act. As these protests grow louder on international platforms, serious questions are being raised about human rights, media freedom, and accountability in Pakistan. A report.
These visuals from the streets of London show protesters holding banners and placards outside 10 Downing Street. The protest was led by the UK chapter of the Baloch National Movement. It is a part of an online global campaign aimed at drawing international attention to the situation in Balochistan. Protesters claim that Balochistan was forcibly annexed on March 27, 1948, and since then the region has witnessed continued repression and alleged state-led abuses.
Today, we gather here to demand justice, to demand an end of Balochistan's occupations by Pakistan. On 27th March 1948, Balochistan was occupied by Pakistan. Since then, Pakistani state has been committing systematic genocide of Baloch nations. Baloch National Movement's Human Rights Department Pang last year documented 1,300 cases of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings of Baloch peoples. So, we demand from the United Nations, UK governments, and United Nations Human Rights Councils our rights. It is our rights. It's not privilege. Every nation has to decide its own future. We demand our independence.
During the protest, Baloch activists highlighted cases of enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and what they described as systematic human rights violations. They also urged the international community, including the United Nations and the United Kingdom, to take immediate notice and intervene.
Pakistan's also abducting the women, as you can see in the picture behind me, abducting the women, torturing them, and killing the Baloch nation's leaders. So we demand our freedoms and justice. And thank you for coming here and listening to us. And we hope that you guys support our freedom struggles.
As the movement gathers momentum across continents, similar voices are being echoed beyond Europe. In South Korea's Busan, supporters of the Baloch National Movement also staged a protest as a part of the same global campaign, raising concerns over human rights violations and calling for justice, freedom, and international intervention. The issue has also been amplified at global diplomatic platforms. During the BNM's 11th International Conference in Geneva, held alongside the 61st session of the United Nations Human Rights Council, UK-based journalist Sakleen Imam highlighted what he described as a worsening environment for press freedom in Pakistan.
We are not allowed to report anything. There's a complete media blackout. I'm talking of today, and it is, especially it has gone worse since the passing of PICA Act, Pakistan Electronic Crimes Act, 2016, I think. So since then, there's no fair reporting, because either you may be lifted, which is in Pakistan called utha liya, or you are killed. Just last year, Abdul Latif Baloch, he was killed, and there's no, actually legal action against his murderers. And he's not the only one. There are many other journalists who have been killed. Just for fair reporting, they were killed. And no, not a single killer was ever arrested by any government of Pakistan's authority, by Balochistan authority.
From London to Busan and Geneva, the Baloch movement is increasingly gaining international visibility. Protesters allege that Pakistan continues to suppress voices in Balochistan and target those who speak out. The question remains, will the international community take note of these allegations, or will the voices from Balochistan continue to go unheard?
Bangladesh witnessed colourful celebrations of Chaitra Sankranti, marking the end of the Bangla year as traditions and cultural festivities unfolded across the country. From bustling city fairs to village rituals, the day reflected a rich blend of heritage and devotion. In Munshiganj, a unique spectacle drew attention. The centuries-old Lal Kach festival stood out, where devotees transform into symbolic warriors of Lord Shiva, celebrating faith, community, spirit and hope for a new year.
Bangladesh came alive with vibrant celebrations of Chaitra Sankranti, marking the final day of the Bangla year, as communities across the country immersed themselves in colour, culture and ritual. From the capital to rural heartlands, fairs, pitha meals and musical performances highlighted the nation's deep-rooted traditions. In a village in central Bangladesh, one of the most striking customs unfolded as Hindu devotees prepared for the unique Lal Kach festival. Bright red paint was carefully smeared across their bodies until they were fully covered in a vivid crimson hue. After checking their reflections and adjusting their costumes, they stepped out, transformed into the legendary red glass warriors of Lord Shiva, parading through the streets in a ritual passed down through generations, symbolizing the triumph of good over evil and hope for renewal.
এটা চৈত্র সংক্রান্তি বলে, এটা হচ্ছে আপনার চৈত্র মাসের শেষ দিন, যেটা ওটা হচ্ছে আপনার কি বলে ওটারে দুই বেলা, যেটা সকালে হচ্ছে আপনার মহাদেব আর হচ্ছে পার্বতী, আর বিকালে শুধু মহাদেব আর হচ্ছে লাল কাশ, যেটা বলে মানে মহাদেবের যে সৈন্য সামন্ত যেগুলো ওইটা।
Amid the thunder of dhols and the wail of trumpets, dozens of red-painted devotees marched through the streets of Munshiganj with swords raised high, marking the occasion with energy and devotion. The centuries-old ceremony honors Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, with devotees believing the red color represents Shiva's divine army descending to cleanse the world of negativity before the new year.
খারাপদের বধ করে নতুন সূচনা করার জন্য, নতুন বছরকে আগমন করার জন্য এটা আমাদের করা হয়।
এটা হলো আপনার 80-90 বছর আগের অনুষ্ঠান, বুঝছেন? অনেক ঐতিহ্যবাহী অনুষ্ঠান আমাদের বিক্রমপুরে একমাত্র এখানে এই কাস্তানচিটা হয়, মহাদেব পূজা হয়, এখানে অনেক মেলার মতন হয়।
কেমন লাগে এখানে দেখতে?
ভালো 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 ভালোই লাগে ভালোই লাগে সবাই হিন্দু মুসলমান এখানে ভালোই লাগে
The red pigment, traditionally made from turmeric and lime, symbolizes purification, strength, and courage. According to local belief, the ritual represents Lord Shiva's descent to earth with his warriors to drive away evil forces and bless the coming year. As the sun sets and the rhythmic beats slowly fade, the red warriors continue to dance, keeping alive a centuries-old tradition that goes beyond ritual. In its colors and collective spirit, the Lal Kach festival stands as a powerful reminder of cultural continuity, shared heritage, and the enduring hope for renewal that each new year brings.
With tradition intact, Bangladesh steps into a hopeful new year. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.